So next part of the question tells us there is an incorrectly calibrated thermometer, right? Incorrectly calibrated thermometer, right? If this is kept at 0 degree Celsius temperature, if this incorrectly calibrated thermometer is kept at 0 degree Celsius temperature, mercury column will be somewhere here, and it shows a reading of, it shows a reading of minus 0.3 degrees Celsius. Am I right, dear? This is what said in the next part of the question. Right? When the same thermometer is kept at 100 degrees Celsius temperature, reading is not 100. Reading is not 100. Then the reading is check the book and tell me. Reading is 99.8. Right? When the thermometer is kept at a temperature of, this is 400, when the thermometer is kept at a temperature of theta degree Celsius, it shows a reading of 40 degrees Celsius. Am I right, dear? Right, normally we mark these heights as, this height is marked as I remember, H1. Am I right, dear? This height we marked as H2. Please check the theory note. What is this height, dear? H. Simple H. And normally we mark this height as total height. Normally this total height is marked as capital H theta, as I remember. Am I right, dear? Draw the three figures. This is for question number, Roman number 3 of DOE. Then wait, one more thing. What is the temperature equation? We have obtained an equation. Temperature is equal to H theta minus H1 divided by H2 minus H1 into 100 degrees Celsius. Draw the three figures, dear. Draw the three figures. Okay. Right. One of the easiest method to answer this question is when 0 degree Celsius temperature, if it shows a reading of H1, take H1 as minus 0.3. This is the easiest way. Minus 0.3. If it shows a reading of minus 0.3 at 0 degree Celsius, take H1 as minus 0.3. Height is minus 0.3. It means if we take 1 centimeter as 1 degree Celsius, minus 0.3 mean 3 millimeter below the 0 degree line. 3 millimeter below the 0 degree line, something like that. Similar. At 100 degrees Celsius temperature, it shows a reading of 99.8. Therefore, take H2 as 99.8. Okay, dear? Mark them. Okay? And produce this dotted line. Produce this dotted line and mark this height. If this is H1, If this is H1, this should also be H1. This should also be H1. And mark this height as H theta. Simple H theta. Mark all the heights properly. නැත්තම් කෙල වෙයි. Okay. Now please write according to the figure. According to the figure. Can you see something like this, dear? H1 plus H equals H2. Check whether you can see something like this. H1 plus H equals H2. This is a horizontal dotted line. This is also a horizontal dotted line. I don't know whether they appear to be horizontal or not, but they are horizontal. So the gap between these two horizontal lines, H1 plus H, H2. Okay, dear? H1 is minus 0.3 plus H. H2 is 99.8. Therefore, H equals 99.8 minus 0.3 goes to the other side as plus 0.3. Then you get H equals 8 plus 3 is 11. 1 remaining. 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 remaining. 9 plus 1 is 10. So H is 100.1.